Okay, well here we are in turn 5 of War of the Ring. And what's happened? Well, Gollum still hasn't moved. Cards. The Sauron player chose not to draw the card that was available for him. They drew another one, got a River Flooded. Good card for them. They played that. That's going to make it harder for the Fellowship to move. Most importantly over here. Now there's one thing. The Dark Power player doesn't know for sure Frodo's here. But he's got to concentrate on one and the other. He can't go for both of these. And sometimes it's a good move to run around up here with some other doinkus and try to get away. But we're going to see the effect of doing so. In this case, because you're split into 2 areas, there's a search that comes up. Came up in the Northern Wastes. 8 orcs looking for 8 points of search, looking for 2 characters. Needed a 1 or a 2, both with a capture attempt. Well, a 2 came up. So we've got a capture chance with those orcs. And how does that happen? First of all, we've spotted a hobbit, which means starting next turn, Sauron, well, starting this turn, Sauron's mobilized, and starting next turn, he gets piles and piles of troops. That's one problem to splitting up. Another problem, though, is that he can be captured, and 8 orcs are going to be up here. Now these have to be orcs of the eye, because that's what we have as the type. And they're actually here in this hex now and have a chance of capturing the Fellowship players there. Now, I should be allowed to take Uruk-hai up there. I don't feel like Uruk-hai are likely to be up there. This is me adding to the game. There's an infinite number of Uruk-hai, essentially. I could easily have pulled 8 of them out. I just didn't want to do that for their extra movement point allowance. So, let's see what happens. I gotta try a capture if it falls within the capture range. Well, let's see what the capture range is here. That's gonna be based on the characters. And here we have Boromir, who's captured on a 3. And Meriadoc, who's captured on a 5. Let's see which way that's supposed to go. Yeah, hobbits are really easy to capture. So on a 1 through 5, I captured a hobbit. And I do. And now Boromir's not all that tough either. He's captured on a 1 through 3. He's not captured. But we have a hobbit. Now the Dark Power player doesn't know which hobbit he's got there. All he knows is he's got a hobbit. He also knows Boromir is here. Now, he knows one thing. That's not the ring. He didn't capture the ring. And the reason he knows that is he did a Boromir attempts to seize the ring and it wasn't effective. It failed to even have a check. So he knows this is the pile he's got to worry about. But he's got that hobbit and he might as well do something with it, I guess. Nowhere really useful to go with him though, and not worth spending the points to move him. So, which is kind of the problem. Those orcs are just going to camp up there with that hobbit. And, you know, whatever they do to hobbits in the Northern Wastes to keep themselves warm, I probably don't want to think about it too much. Alright, so I guess we're going to be going with the Fellowship player. And what's he going to do here? He wants to get away. He has no real reason to head to Edoras except for the magic items there. Those would be helpful. And that's going to be his catch. Now this is going to cost 2 instead of 1. 1. Well, if he moves here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he can get here. 1, 2, 3. That's not good. 4, 5, 6, 7. He can't get there. So he's going to try to push through here. Just take his attempt with that. That's 4 search points with 6 characters. That's a 1 or a 2. And if it's revealed, the Nazgul will get to attack. They slip through unnoticed. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And it's still going to be tough. There's 1 hex that you could pile all those Nazgul in, and that's the problem here. The Fellowship just doesn't have an easy way through. Okay, well, let's see what I'm going to do with those Nazgul. First of all, I need the points, and this was dumb going this way, and we're going to see why in a moment. I got 3 points. 7 and 6 is 13, so 7 and 3 is 10. I can move 5 Nazgul into here. And I'm going to do just that. And there's my 10 points. Oh, I forgot to move him. Well, he doesn't have a way to do anything. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, he can't get there. There's not much he can do. He's still in the northern waste, so he's still spotted. He doesn't flip over to be unspotted. Things don't look good for the Fellowship right now. That much we do know. And playing into here was definitely, I think, a mistake. Alright, well, except that I forgot these, which can save them. Hold on. 10 more points for this. Let's get those Nazgul out of the way. Because you see, I don't remember where these were. They were all up here somewhere. I'm not sure where. But here's the thing. These excess troops, when they show up on the board, they can save the Fellowship because the Fellowship can't be searched for while they're with an army. So I'm going to be able to put troops in Rohan. Let's see where those reinforcements actually are allowed to go. And here I thought I had really boned, but no. Because I am mobilized. Alright, let's see. Rohan. They're allowed to play the big ones, the 15 and the 5 in Rohan and the rest in East Emnet. Now there are restrictions on some of these guys. I'm going to leave these here, but I'm not sure those can come through. I think there are restrictions on Rohan for movement, and I have to look that up. And this is the fun of the game, right? Looking up all these little special rules that you vaguely remember and you probably forget half of them. So let's see. The Fellowship must move Theoden and Gandalf in the same space before you can use Theoden. No, so the only effect here, unless the Wormtongue Bemuses Theoden card comes up, is that Theoden can't lead armies himself. Theodred's back here with armies, and Yomer's going to be here with his army. We'll give Yomer a stack. Now he's got problems because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. He'll move all the way here to Edoras. And that gets me quite a stack there. And now, looking at the Dark Power player, I've got other choices in hand. For one thing, I want to take Helm's Deep. So I'm going to put my excess Isengard orcs in place. And spend 3 for an attack on Helm's Deep. That leaves me only 7. The Mouth of Sauron is up to something and hasn't been moving. Hard to remember these. Okay. Well, 6 of those points I can put somewhere. There isn't a good somewhere to put them. I'll drop them here in Rohan. They're pretty safe. But now I've got an extra point. I don't know what to do. 8 orcs. That I can move for 1. So I'll spend this. And, geez, I don't know what to do with him. No real advantage. He might have magic objects, but I don't know about them. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as I don't attack anything, I am okay. And I'm allowed to move them because they're searching orcs. Okay. And Mouth of Sauron, I don't know what to do with him. That's 11 is 6.5. He's moved his full movement. Okay, so I've spent all my points. I have my attack here, which is at 18, 24, 39, 69 to 9. 69 to 9 is some 7 to 1 or so, right? Well, it's going to be 5 to 1. I have Saruman's Magic, which is a B. Adds 2. He's got a morale of 1, so he's plus 3 on the 5 to 1 table. And he gets a 7. He does 80% and kills. Well, 80% of 3 is 2.4. They're down to 1 strength point left. They're still there, for whatever that's worth. And the good old siege of Helm's Deep continues. Alright, well, this took longer than I expected for one turn. I probably shouldn't be going into such detail, especially when I'm bumbling about the way I am. But, well, there we have it. And we'll see what ends up coming next turn. I'll load this one up. Sorry about the long delay on it.